Welcome listeners to the podcast Truth from New Thought, Real Personal Transformation. Discover pathways if you want to change your life. Insights and strategies for growth. In this episode, I will explain why I wrote these books and why I am so eager to get people to read the first book, Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser. I have made it available for free online, both in Thai and English, even though I do not earn any income from it. If we consider the marketing aspect, the book that was selected to be in the National Library of Australia, the only book in both the New Thought and Applied Psychology categories, Kwamlap Kong Kon, would be more suitable for marketing and would be the first book to be translated if I wanted to market overseas. This is because a book with recognition is better than a book that no one is talking about. However, I know how important the book Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser is for the opportunities of others. Today, we will talk about it in Official Episode 3 because I felt that I had received enough. I wanted to give back. Official Episode 3 because I felt that I had received enough. I wanted to give back. Going back almost 20 years ago when I just started writing books in Thailand, all my books in that series I gave them away for free on the internet, as I stated in the English edition this time. On my YouTube channel, especially the book Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser. It means the original intention of writing these books in Thai was to create a place where people can truly live together. That's why we aim to make the book available for free in a cost-free version and try to prevent copyright infringement from being stolen or pirated. I believe that publishing the books online and making them available for free is the most appropriate way to achieve my original intention. When the book is published in languages other than the original Thai, we wish to maintain this same level of responsibility, because I know well that I got the knowledge in writing those books from the process that I received from my Buddhist religion, which is from birth, and yes, my Buddhist religion even from birth in the land of Thailand, where I was born. 1. The differences of Buddhism are many. 2. My luck, according to the request in childhood that I started to remember, made me read to the discovery of the Buddha and the continuation of Buddhism that will make you aware and see the truth in acting according to the Buddhadasa Bhikkhu's way that he believed. My luck made me have a purpose for my Buddhism. There are 2 big points in practice. 1. Don't believe even the Buddha himself said it. And 2. Paya, the meaning here, is the state of seeing the world as it really is. Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser, page 140. I wrote the book at that time, 5 books, and there was 1 book in 5 books at that time, cut to stay in the National Library of Australia, both in the New Thought section and Applied Psychology, which brought doubts to the value in the book that I wrote. The book that was selected that made me wonder, then I, who was the writer, knew well that every book that I wrote in a short time at that time, I used the process skills that I got from studying my Buddhism by holding 2 big points, so I knew that the book that tried to convey the skills, the process that followed the Buddhist way, in order to use life in the modern era without being misled, it is an important basic book. If we do not choose the state of Nirvana, I use the word do not choose, not use the word do not believe. I believe in the existence of the state of Nirvana, but I do not choose. Not choosing does not conflict with the principle of practice in point 1 of my Buddhism. Practicing according to both points that I got from Buddhism and I do not choose in Nibbana made me write all 5 books in that series, and I realized that the book Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser is the book that has the most effort to convey the skills and processes that are hidden in Buddhism that I received. It is a modern and accessible message and uses scientific skills as well. I received, so I wanted to send back these things to the religion that I believe in. And also, even though I wrote a book that uses the same skills and processes, it became a knowledge set of 5 books. But I knew that an important book and also an opportunity for people of the same religion as me and those of different religions to know about the skills and processes used to write these 5 books. Especially this knowledge-creating skill comes from Buddhism as well. There is only 1 book. Read Before the Meaning of Your Life is Lesser is the book. So I find a way to send this information to the believers in the same religion to get this information as much as possible. And I know well that the beliefs in religion, even the same religion, will be different. Even in the homeland of Thailand, where I was born, which has Buddhism as the national religion, it follows: the fate that the Buddhist who is different by not holding the scriptures more than the truth that he feels, such as the way of the Buddhadasa bhikkhu, is not easy at all in the country that is the birthplace as well. Outside the country, it is no different than the way of the Buddhadasa bhikkhu, who will receive universal acceptance from the General Conference of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, on October 20th, 2548, which has passed. Resolution to declare the recognition of the Venerable Dhammakaya, the Buddhadasa bhikkhu, as a person of importance to the world on May 27, 2549, which after he passed away almost 13 years, he finished his work. The universal acceptance from UNESCO is not the cause of him. Likewise, writing a book is the cause of me. The acceptance by the National Library of Australia is not the cause of me either. I did not desire acceptance in myself, but desired to return the knowledge that I received from this Buddhist religion to society. The Buddhist religion that has enough to accept, which sending information is my responsibility. Receiving information cannot be my responsibility. Because I had already received enough for the two main guidelines, I chose to send the information, especially those that are thought to be beneficial to your life by being able to practice important skills and processes that you just already have. In every human being there is the skill of creating knowledge of that human being. My responsibility ends with the return by submitting the information. The responsibility of receiving the information is not mine. And if my attempt to return what I received from Buddhism is to continue giving back in my personal space, both on the podcast and on YouTube, that is the responsibility for what I feel that I have received enough, the responsibility for the wisdom that is transmitted through the practice in the way of the Buddhist religion. With conscientious responsibility, Ekarak Chandan,